they didn't just walk away. They made a choice. They pushed you away because at the time they convinced themselves that it made sense. And maybe they told themselves, oh, I'm protecting my peace. Maybe they thought they would stay in control better that way. Or maybe they listened to the wrong people giving the wrong advice. So this person kind of assumed you were always going to kind of come back around to change their mind. But now there's this reality coming in where they pushed you away and it's smacking them in the face. So take a moment to choose your card. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. I also have some love oracle cards that we can pull for your person. I would just like to ask you to like and subscribe as this is a growing channel. Pile 1, this person ran because the connection started feeling too real too soon. That's the first thing I'm picking up on. 10 of Swords right here. You didn't do anything wrong. There wasn't nothing there. It was just because you got too close to them and they're not used to having real relationships. And it feels like panic. So check this out. 10 of Swords, Knight of Wands. This is someone pulling away right as soon as things got serious. There was like this change. Like it was like maybe an I love you or a moment where you guys were very close after like an intimate moment. And they're like, oh, this is getting serious. And instead of like leaning into that and accepting it, they started like backing up. It was almost like they like made an issue out of nothing, picked a fight, started acting weird, or like just started to slowly distance themselves. Like it's weird. But underneath that weird ass behavior is fear. This person felt exposed. So they had 10 of Swords and 5 of Swords. You see them much more clearly than others do. But even though you see them clearly and it makes them feel safe, it also makes them feel scared that you can see the messy, immature, unfinished parts of them. And that's too much for them. So they hermited. So they told themselves this story about you. They're like, this is getting too intense. I need space. Back up, back up. I don't want drama. I don't want to lose myself. I'm just protecting my independence. But now there's something super uncomfortable here. 3 of Wands. They weren't protecting themselves from you. They were protecting themselves from vulnerability in general. You weren't the danger. The closeness was, the intimacy was, the possibility of being actually seen was. And that realization like is hitting them like a ton of bricks, because escaping and running away, becoming the hermit, didn't help them. They thought if they stayed busy, stopped talking, pulled away, didn't move forward, your energy would lose its grip on them. But instead, it stayed, and it almost feels like it got like stronger. And I feel like they're waking up with a heavy feeling in their chest, 3 of Swords, and they're waking up remembering these nice moments with you. It's like these moments where everything felt calm, easy, and then they're followed by hurt, because they're like, there's nothing attacking me here. This person was a safe place. But interestingly, look at this 8 of Coins. They feel betrayal underneath all of this. They can tell themselves whatever they want, but deep down they know there was a part of them that wanted to stay, a part of them that wanted to feel the connection, a part of them that knew this was different, followed by the 6 of Wands. But they like mushed that down with fear. So this person's not only missing you, they're disappointed in themselves, and they're thinking like, why did I do that? Why did I panic? Why do I always pull away? But they do that every time something gets real, even at work or something. Like, so they do that in relationships, but like, even if they're doing really good at work, they'll do the same thing, because they see something stable, something serious, as something unsafe. I feel like they're like wired for chaos, Ace of Cups here. So as soon as you gave them like some peacefulness, they kind of got like suspicious instead of like feeling safe by it. So they're trying to look for all these reasons to leave the Hanged Man. So see this? They're seeing how much it costed them. They probably came from a broken home in their childhood. So Interesting, the moon. So you didn't scare them because you were wrong for them. You scared them because you were real. Because the moon is Pisces. This is someone who knows their shit and will call you out on it. So what's next? This person needs to face the music. Like, they can't run from you forever. They have to face the temperance here. This person cannot keep distracting themselves. And it's like they need to come to terms with that pushing you away didn't actually make them feel better. And they have to drop like the cocky attitude and just be like, I'm sorry. But I think they'll be like, I'm sorry, I handled things poorly. I think they'll come forward and say that. So Pile 1, your message is this. Do not blame yourself for their shortfalls, their fear, because you didn't push them away. This is a thing in their life that they have an issue with. You were offering something real and they just didn't know how to take it for what it was worth. So if they come back, just make sure you hold them accountable, right? Like, they need to know that they can't do that. And they might have regret because they know they ran, but they need the courage to stop running. Let's do some oracle cards here. So before I close you guys off, let's pull one oracle message. Oh, I'll tell you what zodiac signs there are here first. So you have Virgo, you have Taurus, you have Sagittarius, you have Pisces, and it looks like that's it. So that could be your sign, their sign, just further confirmation. I know when I read for people in person, I like to give them the zodiac signs. So hope you guys like that. So your love oracle is this. I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. Like, this person knows that they're not really, meeting you at the bar. They're like, is it really over? Like, this is like, I ran because staying would mean I would have to drop that armor that I always cover myself in, because I thought pushing myself away would save me from rejection, but it actually just showed me how scared I was. This person's realizing that fear made the decision for them and they feel lonely about it. So they're trying to live with the result of choosing fear over pursuing you further. So let them carry that lesson. Because you don't need to chase someone who ran from the very thing that they secretly wanted. Their feelings are going to eat them alive either way. So you guys, this is a fairly new channel. So ways you can help me grow is by liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for your support. Bye. And Pile 2, this person pushed you away by acting colder than they actually meant to. This person wanted control in the upper hand. They feel kind of manipulative. Like, they wanted to prove that they didn't need the connection. But them acting cold and icy kind of backfired or worked too well. So Pile 2, this feels like someone who used attachment as like a power move. So I feel like in the past they would do this on purpose, you guys. Like, they would know if they took long to get a hold of you, you would react a certain way. So they would act like too busy, too cool, too unaffected, too above you to show emotion. And for a while, I think they felt powerful doing that. So they thought, if I care less, if I look like I care less, I stay in control. Because every time I pull back, they come back to me. They're like, if I don't show emotion, she can't hurt me. But then it kind of started to backfire on them, because instead of chasing and pleading and begging them to come back, you pulled your energy back too. Or you just stopped engaging with them the same way. So now that they're sitting in the silence, they're kind of like freezing because you went cold now. And it's like, sorry, not sorry. They were being cold with you to prove a point, and you were doing it because you were done being treated like that. And they're like, how do I fix this without seeming weak? How do I come back now? Because I always put up this act that I don't care. This is like what they've gotten themselves into. Their ego made this image, and now their heart wants to contradict it, but they don't know how. So like, I feel like they'll have a bad day and they want to reach for you, but like, they can't get that easy convo with you or that easy connection with you because they're playing games. Because their pride is like, no, you can't do that because you acted like you were fine. So your person stayed quiet. But did you guys see what card just came out? This person's realizing they didn't make emotional safety. They made distance by acting far away, too busy, you know? So they thought they were coming across as like a big macho man, but now they can see they come across as hard to love, untrustworthy, unreliable. But what they wanted was to be protected. They didn't intend to make this connection feel unsafe, but when someone's constantly pulling away, you don't feel emotionally sorry, you don't feel emotionally safe. Like it, you know. Oh God, this person liked knowing they could affect you. This is you, Queen of Swords, very sensitive. You could be a water sign. So it's like they're hot and cold, warm, hot. You know what I mean? Like just lukewarm. And eventually it's like a bit unbearable here. So now they're like, okay, well, I pushed away somebody nice, warm, and cozy because I didn't want to seem weak. And it's weird because like in their head, they believed caring less for someone is more power, which is like super immature. Like this person might be younger than you guys. Here you are again, Queen of Pentacles. You're like, why are you playing the field when I'm here? This is someone who keeps track, keeps count of like who's winning and who's not winning. So this person may miss you. I think they do miss you. To try and not lose control, they acted cold. But it did the opposite. So what's going to happen next? I feel like they're going to run out of ammo, run out of fuel, you know, like Cancer here. Their performance, their fake, you're going to be able to see through it, you guys, because Cancer energy is very soft here. They're gonna be like, I don't know if you're like willing to talk to me, but I've been thinking about things and I'd like to like, you know, sort of talk about what's going on. So this person's realizing that their ego pushed away the wrong person, and the only time it's gonna matter if they come forward is if they're gonna show up differently. So I do want to do some love oracle cards, but I wanted to get into the zodiac signs here first. And before we do that, I just wanted to ask if while you're here, you can like and subscribe. It'll really help our channel grow here. So the zodiac signs here is Scorpio, Cancerian, Virgo, and that's all I see here. Okay. So for your love oracle cards, let's see. Oh, let's see here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what are they not saying? I wish I could be fully honest with you. I acted like losing you wouldn't affect me, but it did. And that's the truth. And I feel like this is messy. I use coldness to be powerful, to be... This person's realizing that the control they were after is what ruined everything. Like they put this great wall up and they need to decide if they're ready to break that wall down and be vulnerable. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but like the pile got very messy here. So it feels like this is their brain. Their brain is super scattered and messy. And they're just asking themselves like, is this pain ever going to stop? I just want this to stop. That's what this feels like. So you guys, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Thank you so much if you've considered supporting the channel, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Pile 3. So this person feels like they let the wrong people get too close to you guys. Like they told too many people your guys' relationship issues. So whatever it was, they let their opinions affect how they treated you. And now they're realizing that those people didn't actually care about the longevity of your relationship. Look, this feels like a connection that was affected by other people. See this tower? There was something between you two that felt real. But outside people made this person feel empty. Someone gave them an opinion where they weren't getting enough from you. A social circle was telling them to act detached, to keep their options open, or not take the connection serious, that you were just a joke, or maybe it was literal, maybe it wasn't literal people. Maybe it was like their reputation, their image, what you guys looked like in public, what they thought they were supposed to do. But either way, this person let something outside the actual connection carry too much weight. You see the devil here? This person listened to people who didn't know what your relationship was really like. They just heard the argument thing. Like, they just heard the arguments. They didn't hear all the good parts. And more importantly, they're taking advice from people that didn't have to deal with a life without you after all of this. And now they feel empty. So this person might be surrounded by the same people's opinions that they cared so deeply about. And now those people just don't feel as important because you're not there. The social comfort doesn't really fill the effort. Friends aren't filling the gap that you have left. So this person's sitting around the dinner table with them. Maybe they're out or something. And they're feeling annoyed with them because they're like, why did I listen to you? Why did I let this matter so much? They don't even know what this connection was like. Why did I listen to them? And there's resentment building towards them, but also towards themselves, because they're like, why did I let people convince me this relationship was bad? That's the issue here. They didn't trust themselves, guys. They didn't trust what they felt with you. They didn't trust their own emotions, their own fear. Because you need fear in a relationship too, right? You gotta get scared to lose someone. But now they have to live with it here. But there's something else here. So Queen of Pentacles. This is someone embarrassed to admit how much they were influenced by others. Because admitting that means I didn't have a backbone. And I let other people decide how I treated you. This could have been their parents too, trying to make you guys break up. Page of Pentacles, a younger energy. Whoever this person is they got advice from is someone that they look up to. So they were told to act unbothered. I almost wonder if it is a parent or something. This person's just replaying the advice they got over and over. They're like, no, don't text them. Don't text them. Don't text them. I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. Don't give them the power. Just move on. And now those words feel like they have no weight, they're cheap, because those people didn't have to lose you. It's them losing you. They had nothing to lose. If anything, they had to gain because they could get more time with your person. Cancerian energy here. They can't stand being judged by others. This person has no backbone. I'm sorry, but come on now. Now they're carrying the weight of it all. They would rather have the pressure push them into something than stick up for what they believe in. And this is a lot of regret, you guys. So there's a lot that's hitting them now. Look at this. The people that they tried to satisfy are still living their lives. They're still happy. But your person is the one that's left with this emptiness. Wow. So what's going to happen next? I feel this person pulling back from the outside noise, pulling back from them, and they're going to start questioning the people that they listened to. But it's even if they become more private and they don't talk to them as much as they used to, and they realize that they gave bad advice, then what are they going to do? Well, it feels like they might message you and they might tell you. They're going to be like, I listened to the wrong people. I should have trusted what I felt. Queen of Cups. Oh, but look at your shadow card is this. Your advice is this. Don't defend yourself for someone who chose someone else's opinion over you. Not someone who tries to stack all your wrongs against you to build a case. And in fact, why would you want to be with someone who's taking advice from someone else to leave you? Because how are you supposed to trust them to not push you away again? So part of their lesson is they need to figure out others don't hold the rule book to your relationship. So you had Emperor as well as your shadow card. So let's get into the love oracles. But before that, I always end up making the cards so messy, you guys. So before this, let's do what zodiac signs are present. So I see Scorpio, Leo, Cancer, Aries. I see Libra. I see Capricorn. And that is it. And while we're here, if you guys could like and subscribe to the video. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's a brand new channel. I'm really trying to grow it. But let's do your love oracle cards. So what is this person not saying? Oh, here we go. Do not put up with my bullshit. Okay, interesting turn of events. I listened to the wrong voices. Just don't even put up with it. The deeper confession is like, there is a lot of but I let others influence how I treated you. Don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. I allowed others to get in between our relationship. Pile 3, you deserve someone who can choose from their own heart, not needing permission for others if you're good enough for them. That's what this feels like. Thanks so much for considering supporting the channel. We'll see you in the next reading. And look at your shadow card. Why do I deserve someone like you? Speaks for itself. We'll see you in the next reading, guys. Bye. Pile 4, this person completely misjudged you, your heart, and your intentions. They thought that you were easy to find and that your patience was weak. They thought your loyalty meant that you would take anything, starting off with 3 of Swords. And they thought they understood you to a T. And now that they're realizing they were wrong, they're going through the trenches. So pile 4, this person underestimated your strength. They looked at your love and thought it was just ordinary. And since you were so consistent with it, they stopped recognizing how rare it was. I feel you loved them in a way that was predictable, honest, deep. You may have given them like grace, like, and understood things about them that other people didn't, or like didn't judge them. You stayed through a lot of shit where other people would have left you guys. And so they started treating that like it was an expectation, a guarantee. And they assumed that your heart was always going to be open for them. They assumed your loyalty meant you would just tolerate anything. And they assumed that you didn't have any limits. And they're a bit of a fool for that. See that? The fool here. So they're realizing that they completely read you wrong, though. Because, yeah, you're loving, but you're not like limitless. You're patient, but you're not available to be mishandled forever. And that's the correction. Like, not everyone's going to give chances the way you did. Not everyone's going to give you the same care. Not everyone's going to see the good in them. Not everyone's going to stay when shit hits the fan, you know? So each time they experience that, they start to see you more clearly. And this isn't like just about them comparing you to other people. This is them like misunderstanding that they misunderstood the love you were about to give. Because you being honest, you being patient, you being loving isn't you being weak. So this person thought that because you would forgive them that there was no consequences. But like, they're learning that this is super uncomfortable because they have to see how entitled they acted. And they're thinking like, I thought they would always care. I thought they'd always be there. I thought they'd always be kind to me, soft with me. I thought I could come back. I thought they'd understand. And it's almost like they thought they would have unlimited chances. And it seems like your trust is gone with them. Like, you don't believe in them anymore. Your energy is more neutral, and they can feel that your heart is not as accessible as it used to be, for lack of better words. And it freaks them out. So they're realizing that the person they misjudged is the thing they cannot get back. So they didn't just misjudge your value. They misjudged like that, like little window of how close they can get to you and when. And I feel like they lost track of time and how shitty they were treating, as bad as that sounds. But your heart reached its limit, you guys. So this is what they're finally seeing. Your love was soft. It was kind. It was predictable. But it wasn't weak. Your patience was deep. Yeah. But it wasn't endless. And your love was rare. So what's the outcome here, guys? This is going to be like them being humbled. Their view of you is changing here. They're really realizing you are more rare, loyal, and valuable than they gave you credit for. This person may re-enter your life, but it's going to be like very careful. So this person knows that your heart isn't going to be open the same as it was. They're going to be like, I'm sorry, I didn't appreciate you. I took your kindness for granted and I'm sorry. Or I know I misunderstood what you were giving me and I was wrong. So pile 4, your advice is this: don't prove your value again. You already showed them your heart. They were only understanding it now because they had to feel the absence of it. If they come back, make sure that they're not just missing the benefits of your love. Like, they actually need to understand the responsibility of being trusted with your love. Because this person's realizing they pushed away the wrong one. But here's the truth. They misjudged that heart they were holding in their hand. And that heart might not be available anymore. So let's get into your love oracle cards. But first, we will take a look at what zodiac signs there are. So Cancer, Aries, and Leo stand out immediately. We'll get into your love oracles. But first, if I can ask you to like and subscribe to the video. This is a new channel and it would help me grow tremendously. And I will offer you daily love tarot readings in return. But let's get into the love oracles. So what is this person not saying, but they want to say? Don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. That's their first card. I thought your love would always be there. And please don't treat me the same way I treated you. I have so much desire for you. I mistook your pain, your kindness for weakness and for... I'm sorry that I underestimated you. Do not put up with me anymore. I underestimated your limits and now I'm trying to correct things. I wish I could understand you. So I'm going to leave this here. But the main thing I want you guys to take from this reading is this. Your person pushed away the wrong one. And if this reading resonated, let me know in the comments. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.